while America's coastal cities danced through the 1990s. Bathed in neon lights and booming with trade, a shadow empire was quietly taking root. The Cali Cartel, a name synonymous with ruthless efficiency, was building a hidden network that stretched from the bustling ports of New York to the glamorous nightclubs of Los Angeles. Their strategy wasn't about loud confrontations or flashy displays of power. It was about something far more dangerous: invisibility. They chose to blend in, operating in the shadows where the world was too busy to look. In New York, the rhythm of the city was the perfect cover. Amidst the chaos of the shipping ports, crates arriving from South America would simply vanish into the noise. Disguised as legitimate imports: coffee, electronics, textiles, they were handled by front companies that appeared perfectly clean on paper. These businesses, with their professional offices and unsuspecting employees, were actually wired directly to cartel lieutenants stationed up and down the East Coast. It was a masterpiece of logistical deception, exploiting the sheer volume of global trade to move their product under the noses of authorities. Every transaction was meticulously planned, every shipment tracked, all while maintaining the facade of ordinary commerce. Meanwhile, 3,000 miles away in Los Angeles, the strategy was different but just as effective. LA was louder, flashier, a city fueled by dreams and nightlife. The cartel used this vibrant energy to its advantage. They didn't hide from the scene. They became part of it. Their people were strategically placed in popular nightclubs and exclusive bars, places where international crowds mingled and cash flowed freely. In the deafening pulse of the music, questions were rarely asked. Coded conversations unfolded in VIP rooms, deals were sealed with a handshake, and shipments were coordinated with surgical precision. The drugs would move from these hubs to a web of warehouses and trucking routes that crisscrossed the West Coast, all designed to look like any other part of the city's supply chain. For years, this two-pronged approach worked flawlessly. The Cali Cartel preferred quiet efficiency over violent chaos, and their U.S. operations were a testament to that philosophy. They were ghosts in the machine, their movements calculated and designed to avoid attention at all costs. Their network was a silent, well-oiled machine that generated immense profits without triggering major alarms. It seemed untouchable, a perfectly constructed criminal enterprise running parallel to the legitimate world. But even the most carefully built shadows eventually give way to light. As the decade progressed, law enforcement agencies in both New York and Los Angeles began to notice faint but persistent patterns. Analysts saw unusual spikes in activity at certain ports. Financial investigators flagged anomalies in the books of nightlife businesses, and street-level intelligence started drawing faint lines connecting East Coast docks to West Coast clubs. Separately, these were just minor curiosities. But when federal investigators began to connect the dots, a chilling picture started to emerge. The puzzle pieces were slowly coming together. Investigators began mapping out the intricate web of couriers, brokers, and seemingly legitimate business owners who kept the cartel's pipeline flowing. The pressure tightened. Under the weight of intense scrutiny, informants began to emerge from the woodwork, trading secrets for leniency. The once impenetrable network started to show cracks. What had been whispers turned into actionable intelligence, and the silent empire was no longer so silent. The end came swiftly. By the late 1990s, a series of coordinated federal operations was launched, targeting the cartel's infrastructure on both coasts simultaneously. Port routes that had been secret highways were shut down. The glamorous nightlife fronts were raided, their glittering facades torn away to reveal the criminal activity within. Key operatives, the lieutenants who had managed the network with such precision, were captured. Their arrests sent shockwaves through the organization, exposing the true scale of the hidden empire they had built. The smooth, silent machine that had operated with such confidence collapsed under the weight of its own ambition. What remained was a trail of seized shipments, shuttered clubs, and a powerful lesson in how even the most sophisticated criminal networks can't escape the consequences of their reach forever. The neon lights of the 90s faded, and with them, the shadow of the Cali Cartel's American dream. Thanks for watching. If you found this story fascinating, be sure to subscribe for more deep dives into history's hidden chapters.